Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your game master and host, as always, Skajarmas, otherwise known as Tone Shift, and with me today we have our full cast of players. We have Hades Shadow 92 playing our human Dark Knight Thanatos.
Somebody's gonna die.
We have Luminous Starlight playing Rocket the Chocobo Warrior.
No.
Moo. I thought you were a chocobo, not a cow.
Eh.
I mean, I've seen some chunky chocobos. That
Do you can stop right there.
What?
We have Darkness playing Alicier, our human paladin, and the current star of this plot arc.
Hey everybody.
And last, but certainly not least, we have Tom117Z playing Nia Thill, our female Elvan ranger.
I think I had something in my eye.
Huh?
Did that just go right over your head?
Yes, it did.
Eye.
I don't get it, but okay.
The intro you showed me with Knee's eye.
Oh! No.
You dense motherfucker.
I got up 4 hours before I normally do just so I could play this game with you people. I do that every week. You will forgive me if my brain is a little...
I forgive.
As well you fucking should. Now then, dipshits. Hey, they. So, where we last left off, our intrepid band of adventurers had took Elizabeth to see the local time mage in the capital city of the Gaurion domain, Garlat, a man going by the name of Dexter Lazard, though he does not like to go by Dexter for whatever reason. You guys did not press the matter. As it stands, with his
Probably
help...
because we're gonna make some kind of Dexter's Lab reference.
With his help, you were able to delve into shackled and sealed memories within Elizabeth's mind, reconstructing her past so that you could see the events that transpired in the events leading up to the destruction of the settlement of Wenland Crossroad.
A chain of destruction, you could say.
Fuck you. But he's not
Nice.
but he's not really wrong. In the process of reviewing these memories, several things were confirmed. That Murasan, the seemingly incredibly powerful servant to Diabolos, had intervened and released Elizabeth from her bonds. That he had awakened to something akin to Thanatos' dark side within her, and it manifested in the form of this angel-like form comprised entirely of chains, which she then used to completely brutalize and destroy the clan of Velkers that had imprisoned her for years. However, she had lost all control, and as the last fleeting survivors fled, she chased after them all across the countryside until they arrived at the village of Wenland Crossroads, where in her rage and anguish and misery, she didn't just kill the Velkers that had fled from her, she also practically burned the village to the ground, and a large
Not
portion
just the
of
men, but the women and children too.
She hated them.
She hated all of them.
It was...
She doesn't like bondage.
Yeah, you had to make it weird. Leave it to Lumina.
It's Lumina.
Leave it to Lumina to make it weird.
Hey, this is your girlfriend.
Yes, I
Meanwhile.
know. That's why it makes so much sense. Anyways, following this, Elizabeth was quite clearly shaken to her core by this revelation, this series of events. I'm trying to avoid the word chain here.
There's also the fact that Murasan tried to turn her into a weapon against us, and then wiped her memory, so she would do it subconsciously and not know what she's doing it.
It seems to be the case. That is your current prediction, yes.
Our son is a dick.
It's a bad game. At any rate, following that, you escorted Elizabeth back home as she desired some time to herself to think and try and get her head together. Afterwards, the party spent some time trying to figure out what they were going to do. Alicier took a detour to speak with Aranzir, his old teacher, Most of the rest of you made your way to the local inn and tavern, while Rocket stuck around outside of Elizabeth's house to keep an eye out just in case of any intervention. Where we ended off last time, it was getting on towards night. Alicier had met up with Thanatos at the inn, and the two had engaged in a battle of endurance by way of having a drinking contest. Our little paladin is growing up.
But not enough.
Not enough. He did lose. Thanatos still passed out from being so cosmically drunk, though.
And we had a bit of a reverse of what happened when Nee got drunk that one time in Ross.
Where,
Yeah.
bit of a...
You also revealed your deepest, darkest secret that Thanatos likes Kyra.
think she's hot at any rate.
Honestly, I was hoping you forgot that.
Do you think
Nope.
Kyra will go out with me?
I aim to
well, his
amuse.
Well,
My job here is done.
well, at any rate, here we are. We pick up pretty much right where we left off, with Alicier and Thanatos slumbering away, and the rest of the and Rocket still standing around outside of Elizabeth's house, and everyone else congregated in the inn. So, it's late in the day, but what little is left of it is still yours. So, my friends.
And
What do
not
you-
just waking up the next morning.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, that would involve that would involve leaving Rocket there overnight.
Well, we kind of had the plan up before of shifts, as we always do. Someone would go and relieve Rocket.
I don't think me and Alicier are in any shape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I distinctly remember that being a thing when me and Mika came back. Like, yeah, they're not keeping their part of watch, are they?
And I was being taken home.
Well, you're not going anywhere right now. So, I'm pretty sure those two are currently just passed out and need to sleep it off. Nika and Nee are going to switch out for Rocket and then for one another at another point.
Okay.
Or together, whichever.
All right. Well, then to start us off then, Rocket, if you would be so kind as to make me an awareness check.
Awareness.
Okay.
The bird is very aware. But apparently her player is still very tired.
She is aware to the word because she is the bird.
I applaud.
I love having Rocket in the party for so many bird jokes.
11.
All seems quiet. All seems peaceful. Nothing strikes you as particularly odd or out of place or alarming. It's pretty calm and
I don't
quiet.
trust you.
All right. Few hours pass, and eventually Nee and Mika arrive.
Doing it together. Okay, doke. I suppose that makes sense. Sup? I know we only saw you hours ago, but it feels like 3 weeks ago. It's weird.
Yeah, little tidbit. I know this won't come across in the uploads to YouTube, but for the rest of us, it's been like 3 weeks since our last session because there were like 2 weeks in a row where Lumina couldn't make it due to reasons.
I mean, our last bunch of sessions aren't even uploaded yet because I have up to episode 80 uploaded currently, and I still have like another just over 10 episodes to go before I'm caught up.
Jesus.
I can tell you exactly how much.
We're like 45
Take
sessions in, but damn near 100 episodes.
Yeah, the last episode that was uploaded was episode 70, and I'm currently uploaded up to episode 80, I believe, so...
Oh, blimey, are we going to do 100 special?
I mean,
so.
the last episode that has yet to be rendered is episode 92. This is 93 and
Damn.
94 we're doing now.
All right, so yeah,
Oh,
Rocket, you see Nee and Mika approaching you up the street.
Oh, hey, Sneaker.
Mika.
Hey, excuse me?
Proceed.
What did you call us?
Nika.
That would be the ship name, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I ship it.
I'm going to mute myself for a while.
that dialogue is going into the game because it totally fits Rocket's character as being the fourth wall breaker.
Yep. Nika.
It's a cute name.
It is.
It is. You should name their kid after that.
No.
Yes.
Damn it, Lumina, you're gonna kill me of laughter. Thanks for that. Oh.
Damn it. Starting strong.
Nee looks at Mika and is like, I don't know how to feel about this.
I'm gonna open a window.
Just take it as a compliment, I guess. She gives a confused shrug.
Sure. Anything new here?
Rocket Knee's talking to you.
Yeah? What?
Anything new here?
Not yet, anyway.
Well, we'll keep watch for a little bit if you want to go get some rest. Alistair and Thanatos are both in the tavern right now because they're both blackout drunk.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, feel free to head back. We can take it for
I'll
however
do
long.
that.
Get some sleep.
Okay. Rocket makes her way back to the inn and tavern. Nee and Mika, you take up position in front of Elizabeth's house, or in that general intersection. And I need you to roll awareness checks as your watch begins.
So, of course, it would be very helpful if our own relief wasn't unconscious to the high heavens.
I'm sure we'll manage.
I regret nothing.
I regret everything for you, Thanatos. Every day.
And they roll this.
Damn!
No.
Mika is in sync.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, I was going to say that. Oh shit, really, were you? Oh yeah? Oh wow, that is spooky. We are so in sync.
Never do that again.
Never.
I found it entertaining.
Fucking Tom
Never
Ska.
do that again.
Fucking Tom Ska. Anyways.
Tom Scar, good guy.
Tell him what to do.
Alright, so. Well, with that 13, you're hanging out around outside of Elizabeth's house. The sun dips well below the horizon at this point. It's quiet out. Dark, but by and large, it seems to be pretty peaceful. Nothing strikes you as being out of the ordinary or odd or intimidating. Occasional late-night patrol wanders by, and they occasionally briefly stop just to make sure you're not up to anything stupid, and then they carry on their way, leaving you to your own devices. It's pretty quiet.
Huh.
How long are you staying out here?
What time is it about now?
At about this point, we'll say that you gave Rocket Rocket was out there for maybe 3 hours before you came and relieved her, so with that in mind, it's probably say close to or while after midnight, maybe 1 or 2 a.m., somewhere in there.
What do you think?
I think I'd like
Yeah.
a bed, but I know I don't have that luxury right now.
No, we don't.
Eh.
Never be too careful. Well,
Do you think Alicier
Maybe.
would be sober enough if we woke him up to cast Poisona on himself?
do you think he could cast Poisona in this state?
That's what I'm asking.
I mean, one of us could go back and check.
That'd be nice. I am really eager to get some rest. Today wasn't physically draining, but oh man, was it mentally taxing.
You go. keep an eye on the doorway.
All right.
And she goes trudging off down the street.
All by myself.
So you're left alone for a while back at the inn. Alicier.
Keep an eye.
No.
No.
It would be a good opportunity, but I don't have anything prepared for that, so no.
I'd be like, it's like, she appears like, Banana, fuck off, busy.
It's like, fuck off, Mom, I'm busy.
Mom, get out of my room.
Get out of my room.
Okay. At any rate, let's see here. So, Alicier, you're resting for a while, trying to sleep off your drunkenness. And then you are slowly but steadily stirred from your stuporous slumber as a hand grabs onto your shoulder and gives you a few shakes, occasionally pokes you on the back of the neck.
Time is it? Oh. I don't remember my mother having cat ears.
Because I'm not your mother, I'm Mika, dipshit.
Sorry, how long was I out? Was I just dozed off?
You've been asleep for I'd say maybe 5 hours so far. You went to bed kind of early.
The night is young. What can I help you with?
Well, first of all, are you sober enough to cast Poison on yourself?
Give it a shot. I didn't allow myself to go over the top with it, but that whiskey, or whatever the heck it was a bit stronger than I expected.
Lies, blatant lies.
Are you saying this in just the subtitles? Just say lies and asterisks.
Yeah. I didn't go over the top. Oh, so that's why you're unconscious. Gotcha.
Hey, I didn't drink as much as him. That's a fact.
And he drank about.
He was drunk before I began. Okay.
The thing is, you have a lower tolerance.
Ah, shit! You got me there. Oh, I get up and do something.
All right. Poison only costs 1 MP, right?
I believe so. I'll just double check if you want me to.
I got the rule book up.
Okay.
Poisona.
103.
3.
Poisona for curing poison and or morons.
Ha ha ha! Very funny. Not here.
Oh,
mate.
I include me in that moron list because she's done it before.
I was about to say, you're one of us, Nee.
One of us. One of us. One of us. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
All right,
God damn
anyway,
it. I'm
anyways,
not becoming a cult.
anyway, Alicier, it takes you a minute, but because you're kind of like
Don't
trying to
worry,
remember
I
like
know.
the motions and incantations, but after more like, oh yeah, right, and you do a few quick things, mumble a bit to yourself, and then you're enveloped in a brief of blue light, and your monstrous hangover and drunken state is dissolved. You are sober, kind of tired and sleepy, but sober.
What the hell was that sound effect?
I could have just gone blah, 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 and called it a day, but no, I went blah,
Ba-da-da-la-la-la.
Oh, God.
blah, 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 blah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Be curious.
Yes. Even with Persona, I still got a knocking headache and have the taste of it in my mouth. But I should be fine for watch duty.
All right.
What about the drunk knight? Should I or leave him?
I think you could probably safely cast it on him while he's asleep, but I don't think it'd wake him.
True. He's a deep sleeper, that one.
He is many things.
You have no idea.
Oh, trust me, I have ideas. More than
Many
you probably.
wonderful things.
May Persona bless you, you are cured of a headache and the alcohol effects, yada yada yada, sleep it off, you're drunk.
Okay, yeah. Alicier, you take a bit, you pick up your you do your thing, cast Poisona, expending another 3 MP, and Thanatos, your fitful slumber becomes much more restful.
Alright. Nee's still up by Elizabeth's house, so go and be her relief, eh? I'll wait in the common room for her.
Thanks. Good luck sleeping for the night.
I'm sure I'll manage. I'm not drunk.
True. But you do look exhausted.
I am. That should help.
All right. And you step out of the inn and start steadily working your way back up the street. And eventually you find Neothil at the intersection.
Hey, Nay.
Oh, there is Sleeping Beauty. How's it going?
A headache, but I used Persona. Maybe I mucked it up a bit, but I'm still okay.
Probably your personas usually make me feel great after a night of binging. So,
did
how was
also
your first time going off the deep end and doing something stupid?
I regret it. I can't get this taste out my mouth, and my head is still in pain.
Plus, we now have ammunition on what to tell your mother.
Don't.
I'll think about it.
I know this is my first time, but I don't want them to know about it.
First time's always the best time, she says, pats him on the back.
I know it's your first time. Just relax, open the throat, and let it happen.
I also cast Persona on the drunk knight, but I don't think he's going to get up.
Oh, if need be, I'll drag him out here. Speaking of out here, all quiet so far. If you could stay awake this time, while keeping an eye out.
No problemo. I don't think I was going to get a decent night's sleep anyway.
Well, you say that. Good night, Alicier.
Good night, Nee.
All right. And Nee makes her way back to the inn. Briefly.
Now it's time for awareness.
Yep, time for Alicier to roll awareness.
I swear to God, if you get another critical fail...
Well, if I do, fuck the AI dice. This is why I stick with original dice.
Say the last few times he's had an awareness.
Thank
Okay,
you,
it's not a
but
critical.
still, but
It's still-
still.
It's still
Nice.
single digits, but
All right. Well, Alicier, for a good long while, you're standing there keeping watch. It's pretty quiet out. It gets kind of colder as things go on. A couple hours pass. And then eventually, as you're standing there thinking, it might be time for me to go and get Thanatos, contemplating heading back, you look up and you briefly spot movement
Oh, shit.
off to
Jinx.
one side of the house, slinking south and west along the street.
Oh, fuck. And let me guess, is it heading towards Elizabeth's house?
No, that would be north
it's
and
left.
east. It's
I
heading.
say it left Elizabeth's house.
It's going this
Oh.
way.
I would suggest trying to get a good view of where this is.
Well, of course. But now I'm in a difficult position. Although I can't go back because then I'll lose this person, so I have to be sneaky about this. And try to
Oh
keep-
god, Alicier has to be sneaky.
Uh-oh.
What's the world come to?
I knew I should have put more in stealth. Fuck.
You're doomed.
And this is why the DM waited until the stealthy elf was asleep.
No, this is why the DM kind of pushed for Alicier to be awakened, so we could do it with Alicier.
Yep.
What does the phrase go? I'm fucked. Yeah, I suppose you pursue and not go right up to them to sneak up and try to make sure it doesn't spot me.
All right, so if you're trying to be quiet about it, roll a stealth check.
It's rolling. 11.
That's decent.
Seen worse.
But then, what's he going to do? Is he going to be hiding my number?
I say he's gonna roll.
Yeah, I rolled it behind my screen, so.
Butler. Okay.
So we can't see if it works.
The
or not.
unknown.
Either this is going to be some person of nefarious deeds, or it's going to be Elizabeth sneaking away.
Well, we shall see.
All right, well, you follow the individual for a little while, and after about a block of travel, let's see, put you about here. couple blocks of travel, eventually you're able to get close enough that you're actually able to discern that it's Elizabeth.
Yep.
And where would she be going at this hour?
You're not
Probably
there.
away because he's having a thing.
Well, of course, I'm not there.
Yeah, this is the part where you guys need to shut up.
Yeah.
All right, so
Boy.
as you're kind of trailing along, after a few minutes, she suddenly comes to a stop and turns to look in your general direction, squinting. I know someone's following me. Who is it?
It's me, Alicier.
Oh, you.
Yeah. Disappointed? Or are you expecting someone else?
More annoyed than anything.
So, where are you going at this time of night?
Away.
Why?
You were in the room. You saw the
What?
thing that's hiding out inside my soul at this point.
Ah, I see. You're afraid to hurt those you care about.
To put it mildly, yes. Everything
Well-
you have said so far implies that this Murasan individual will be coming for me again at some point. And you've made it perfectly clear from your previous stories, you are in no position to stop him.
That
So
may
I'm-
be true, but we're not gonna just do nothing. We have to at least try. No one is invincible. He must have some form of weakness.
Maybe he does, but you don't know it yet.
Look, I understand you're trying to protect those you care
I
about.
know what you're
but
going to
running away-
say. Save it. She turns away from you. I don't expect you to understand this, Alicier. But I've only now finally gotten some measure of control back over my own life. Over my fate. Until recently, I have been chained in one way or another to the will of others, be it physically or mentally. I am done being shackled. My fate's in my hands now, and I am going to do everything I can with it to make sure that monster doesn't hurt anyone else.
You can't just take him on your own. If that's what you're thinking.
That's not my plan. The Urvian Badlands are to the south. An enormous expanse of basically empty land, unsettled, largely unexplored. I'll go there. I'll lose myself in it. I'll live there on my terms. And when my time comes, I'll die there on my terms.
But what about your family? They wouldn't want you to go away and just die, would they? They have just seen you again after all this time. And they still care for you. Are you just going to abandon them?
It's because I care for them that I'm leaving them. The longer I stay here, the greater the risk that I'll hurt them. And you honestly expect me to put my faith, my fate in your hands? Let you guard us? I barely even know any of you. And more than that, she turns and glares directly at you. I hate you!
Well, think whatever you want. But we're gonna stop Mirasan, no matter what. I was at least hoping you would help us. And so we can help you. Because it doesn't matter how grim it gets, I won't give up. Especially to help others around me. Even though I don't know them all fully, at least I know if they're happy, that makes me happy and goes on in this world.
If
I
you
know it's hard.
genuinely mean that, if what you care about is helping others, then you'll know that for me, this is the best thing. And you will let me walk. When Murasan came, I shed one pair of chains for another. I am not willing to trade that set for one held by you.
Well, it is your choice.
You're not there.
Okay, where am I?
You're at the inn sleeping.
Oh, I'm still sleeping? Wow. Like 2 whole shifts.
Yes. Despite a mystical force beyond, as says the obvious. If that is your choice, I just hope that someday, if we do stop Murasan and you're still around, you would feel better and go back to your family someday. I don't wish to stop you what you think is right for yourself. It is your choice at the end of the day.
I finally have my life back. I'm going to spend it as I see fit. So damn right it's my choice.
Just promise me one thing.
What?
Don't completely give up on life so easy. And take care of yourself wherever you go.
I will. And if you ever find the strength and opportunity to do so, make that Murasan bastard squirm. And not just for my
Do.
sake.
She turns
I
away
do
from
it for
you
the
and
sake of everyone.
she turns away from you and takes a few more steps before coming to a stop.
As much as I genuinely feel sickened by your presence, Alicier, everything you represent, the mockery it is to me.
She glances back at you.
I do appreciate this. For whatever it's worth. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish you luck, Elizabeth.
She looks away and keeps walking down the street.
Well, this is going to be interesting telling the others. And awkward.
So, what do you do now?
Probably head to the inn where the others are.
All right. You make your way through the streets. It's quiet out. But eventually, you make your way back to the inn, I'll say at around the time Thanatos is waking up to go and relieve you. So, Alicier, you walk into the common room just as Thanatos is coming down.
Oh. Oh, you were quick. Did you get bored already?
Is everyone here?
I believe the ladies are still sleeping. Of course, I say sleeping. I have no idea what they're doing in there.
Then
If you
I
want to be
will-
brave and go check, go for it.
No. I wait for everyone to get up. They need to all hear this, and I care not to repeat myself.
Shit. Alright, what'd you do?
Just sit down and keep yourself amused.
So when you get morbid, this must be serious. All right.
All right. So I take it Alicier's heading up to awaken the others?
Now just sitting and waiting for them to come down at their own leisure
All right.
at a table.
All right, well, it's going to take a few hours.
And at that point, let's just have Thanatos go up and do it.
All right. Okay, Thanatos, you head up, and everyone else, you're awakened by Thanatos coming in and shaking you awake.
You live then?
Apparently. Alright. Come on, girls. Alicier's got a story to tell us, and apparently he might have fucked up.
Wait. What do you... Alice is here? Then who's keeping an eye on Elizabeth?
That is the question, isn't it?
Oh, fucking... Alright. Let me grab my armor.
All right, you'll get up, you start getting dressed, and Thanatos goes to Rocket next.
Rocket.
Cheeky, cheeky.
Yeah.
Ups the daisy, birdie. We gotta go.
Okay.
All right. All right. Take a bit to get your shit together, and you head down to the common room, and you all see Alicier sitting at one of the tables, looking tired, worn out, and far more grim and solemn than you're all used to.
Alright, Alice, what's the deal? Report.
Elizabeth is gone.
What?
I beg your pardon?
She felt that for the best for her family, she goes to a place where there isn't anyone around.
Well, that is her choice.
I mean, wait, no, hold on. You just let her go?
Try talking to her, but she seems fixed on this. She doesn't want to cause anyone any harm.
I mean...
And she doesn't feel like that we could protect her or even defeat Mersan.
And how is going by herself, completely unguarded, into the middle of a wasteland going to help that? Where she's completely vulnerable to it being picked up at any time.
Well, what the heck was I supposed to do?
I don't know. Said something.
I tried, but she didn't want to.
This is...
For years.
Well...
For years, she has been...
Why do I imagine Rocket with popcorn with that
Yeah.
rock thing?
Yep.
It's actually happy cherries.
Well, maybe try to keep the packet away from the mic. Because I think everyone else would hear that.
Yeah, we were hearing it pretty clearly.
Like
As you were saying...
Anyway. For many years, she has been tormented. Also, felt like she never had real control in her life. This was the first time she felt free after all this time, after we tried to help her.
I can appreciate it's her choice, but I'm not sure this is a good one. Alone out there? I mean, I appreciate that she's getting herself away from everyone, but who's to say that Murasan won't just turn her back on now that she's completely alone and vulnerable and send her back here? With a couple more chains. I have a bad feeling about this.
I've had a bad feeling about this for a while.
So, what do we do then? Do we stay here? Do we move on? Do we go after her? What are we doing?
Oh,
I don't think going after her is a good idea. It'll just make her feel like we're trying to chain her down here. At the same time, I can't help but agree with Nee. She's unguarded now, and Murasan could just pick her right up. But something that she did say makes sense. What did we do to stop him? It went so well last time.
I want to help her, but stressing her out, it will not help her at all. It will make the situation worse.
There is... Mika, is there any, magical means you could conjure up so that one person could contact another should they ever need it?
Let me look through our list of spells.
I'm
Can
sorry, I don't have any long-range communication spells like that.
you make her a book like your master from Anomo made you?
I mean, theoretically, I'd need the materials, and then we'd have to deliver it to her. I'd need to make the 2 books.
My thought process is we catch up to her, and if she's so steadfast in this, so be it, but she should at least have a way to contact us if she ever needs help.
I'm hearing vibrating.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
what's going on too?
Sorry, it's my phone.
It's something to let her know that we don't want to chain her, but we're here if she wants it. Or needs it.
So we go after her, see how she feels, and if she rebuffs us, we carry on our way?
At least give her the book just in case.
Alright. Again, I need the materials to make a book like that. They don't just grow
What
on
do you
trees.
need?
Well, for one thing, I'd need an appropriately skilled mage. I'd need 2 empty journal books and a bit of time.
Well, we've got plenty of mages at the castle.
Right.
What's Mentor's name again?
What?
Alicier's mentor.
Aaron's ear.
Could Aronzir do it? She asked Alicier. Or
Pretty sure he's a paladin, not a mage.
But he has magic.
It
They have
doesn't
magic.
really fall under his wheelhouse.
What about Lizard?
That seems the more likely option.
One last thing to trouble him with. 2 blank journals will be easy enough. I'm going to pop round. I assume the local library could have just some. Alicier, your dad works there, doesn't he?
Say, I haven't really gone much to his workplace.
Well, now the chance. Alicier, you and me go visit your dad and see if he has at the library. See if he has a couple of blank books he can part with. The rest of you, do you mind going up the castle and letting Lizard know and see if he's on board?
I don't mind.
Alright. Let's try and make this quick. Elizabeth is pulling ahead.
Alright. Well, if that be the case, you split up and start going in your separate directions. Let me change music.
Who's taking the lead first?
Uh,
Since we're in 2 groups.
let's do Knee's group first.
Me and Alicier.
Give me just a moment here, getting the tokens back out. So, Nee and Alicier, you 2 are making your way to building number 7.
The library.
The library. And everyone else, you are making your way to the castle. We will do the library group first. So,
I'm surprised Mika didn't want to go to the library.
Lazard has a library too.
But she's seen that library.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
it's a
amazing.
mightier library.
And she also has priorities right now.
I mean, that library will put my father's library to shame.
All right, so you work your way through the streets for a while. You wind up passing by the great cathedral that sort of dominates the center of the city. And eventually, Alicier, the familiar sight of your father's library comes into view as morning sunlight is coming down. It's like
Just
dawn.
how
Yeah. At this point, it's like dawn. Like businesses are just starting to open up. And you're all very tired.
Let's see, much hasn't changed. By the way, before we go in, Nee,
Yeah?
I'm sorry if I did mess up. It's just she was not in the right state of mind.
It's fine. I guess being a paladin just makes you stubborn.
I guess so. I mean, I'm still here.
Well, let's just make sure she knows that she has some friends out here. Come on.
You make your way inside, and you are greeted to an impressive assortment of books. This is a 2-story building. You can sort of look up to the upper floor, and it's all up in balconies and stuff. The sort of over balcony, there are a few pillars to help keep it supported. The first area you step into has a sort of open space with the bookshelves beyond. Off to the right is a checkout counter, and you see Jerrison there, sort of going over a clipboard and probably just going over what all's late today, and glances up as you're entering. Oh, Alicier. And, Nia Phil, was it?
Right on the money.
He sets down the clipboard and walks up, gives Alicier a friendly clap on the shoulder. Not often you come in here, my boy, especially not these days with you being gone so often and for so long. I take it from the grim looks on your faces. You're not just here to spend time with your old man, are you?
Sorry, Father, no. We need a favor.
Well, not sure what all I can do. What is it?
2 blank journals.
Is that all?
Yeah.
That's all. We're working on 2 books that could be used for communicating over long distances magically.
That is fascinating. I'll be right back. He walks off for a bit and he comes back a minute later with like a stack of blank books of varying styles. Sort of sets them down on the counter. All right, this is what I've got. Take your pick, any 2 you want, and we will call it a day.
Alicier, get to it.
Righty-o.
Before we go, Mr. Alicier, she says in a slightly coy tone.
It's Jerrison.
Like, she knows, she's just teasing.
Nee. We're getting the journals.
There is just one more thing I want to do.
Huh?
Do you have, in being this library, do you have any books to do with time magic?
Books on time, magic, a few.
Even just like a beginner's journal. Few.
Yeah, I have a few beginner's books on the subject. Why, do you want to rent some out?
Potentially, or purchase one, depending on how much skill that would cost. Here. Go to Marasu. Thinking of a gift for, the better half.
Ah, okay. Well,
She likes books and magic.
well, I don't typically sell out books from here, but if you're wanting to pick it up, only about 120 gil.
How much skill do we have collectively?
Collectively in the group fund, you have 1,027.
Right, well, we have enough.
So we kind of spent a little bit on drinks last night.
Mine was my own allowance, actually.
Plus, maybe Mika can learn some time magic from it. Weasel. Alright, can I have a look?
Yeah, sure. He shows you over to a section, and it's just and the aisle is mostly dedicated to just general books on magic, from wider things that just discuss magic in general, to magic theory, to the history of magic, to the actual practice of it, either in broad strokes, uncolored, and the various colored schools.
I'll find like a book on time magic that's akin to how the magic book was presented.
All right. It's not too hard. You find it easily enough.
And this is for rent only. There is no purchase options.
I mean, typically, but I'm willing to make an exception.
How much extra would it be?
I already told you earlier it would be 120.
I thought that was just the rent.
No. Renting books out is free. It's if you're late that you have to pay me.
You can tell I don't frequent libraries much.
Yes, I can tell.
Thank you.
Well, I'll purchase then. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay.
Cheer up.
And the party gil is down to 907. All right. Okay, and you now have in your inventory a book on time magic.
That's how picked out two nice looking journals.
What?
Nice and light, but plenty of pages.
And just for aesthetic's sake, what color do you want these books to be?
It's dark blue.
Each dark blue. All right. So go ahead and add 2 empty dark blue journals to your inventory then.
That'll be you, Alicier. You pick them up.
Yep. All right. All right. What else you two doing?
We should head back. Though, Alicier, if there's anything you want to speak with your dad about, considering I don't think we're going to be staying here much longer.
Fair enough. Just to give you a heads up, Dad. Unfortunately, we may not be able to stay much longer. So, just in case I don't see you later, it's great to see you again, and I'll be back at home as soon as I can.
All right. He leans forward and gives you a hug. Take care out there, kiddo. Don't make us worry like you did with the whole Marasu incident. We were sick for months.
Don't you worry about that. I'm going to make sure I have plenty of paper and pen to write back to you. And of course, to make sure they're 100% waterproof this time.
Probably wise.
Well, see ya. Thanks for everything.
Of course. Anytime, son. All right. With that, you take your leave of your papa's library. Everyone else, back in Castle Garyon, Thanatos, Rocket, Mika, a lot of you are making your way once more for Lizard's place. Your progress is a bit slower this time, as this time there are no paladins in your midst, so periodically you're being briefly paused in the halls by guards, checking to make sure that you're not up to anything nefarious. But eventually, meandering your way through, you eventually might make your way back to the receptionist's office for Lizard's place and get ushered through by the lady who now recognizes you three at this point, and has probably been told that you three are at least worth waving through. You step through the confusion corridor, and eventually you are back in the big library with all of the weird, disorienting staircases. And what are you doing once you're inside?
We find the mage.
All right. You look around for a little bit, and at first you don't really see any sight of him, but then, like, you go up a flight of stairs, vertigo kicks in, but then, like, your eye snaps back into place, and you're on a balcony that sort of overlooks the rest of the space, and you see Lizard is currently sitting in some weird contraption. The closest thing I can describe it as is it looks like a lot of the support beams that would be used to hold up a globe of the planet, sort of all spinning around each other. And in the very center of it, with enough space for him to sit comfortably, there's a chair, and he's just sitting in there, eyes closed, all these things are spinning around him with this sort of metallic humming noise.
Mika, explain.
I have no clue.
That's rare.
Right?
A few seconds pass before Lazard opens his eyes and looks over at you, and you actually notice that, like, his movements look flickered. Like, it's... Best thing I can describe of is when a VR headset starts lagging and you see one image and then it briefly flickers to the next and then the next and then the next.
You would make that analogy.
Anyone who has not been in VR is not going to understand what that looks like, but that's the best thing I can use as a comparison. Where it's like you're seeing two different instances of him moving at the same time, flickering back and forth rapidly between them. And he looks over at you and is like, hold on. And he, like, you see, like, him flickering as he's messing with something, and then the ring stops spinning, and there's, like, this flicker of movement, and he's out of the chair and standing in front of you, like, sorry about that. You're back, and without some of your number. What do you need this time?
We need a favor.
Another one. Good. What is it?
Can you make journals that can magically communicate with each other over long distances?
And Mika holds up her copy.
Similar to this, if not outright identical.
I can. Why?
Well, Elizabeth, the one that we had you read her memories,
Right.
she's gone.
Oh.
And as we can't force her to stay here, we figured the next best thing is to be able to communicate with her over long distances.
Wise. All right. Hold a moment. Did you bring any empty books you can use for this?
We have friends who are working on that at the moment. We just came here to make sure you'd actually do it.
Yes, I'd be willing to help with that. It's a simple enough matter for someone of my skill level. Mika pouts jealously, her tail sort of switching a bit.
It's okay, Mika. You'll learn someday.
Don't patronize me.
You love it.
No, I don't actually. Only when it comes.
Somehow you feel Nee's glare on you from a long distance away.
Only when it comes from Nee, and she ain't here.
And Thanatos just gets this shiver down his spine. All of a sudden,
I feel threats of death.
All right. Well, you wait for a little while Lazard is looking over Mika's journal book to get a feel for it. And eventually, Alicier and Nee, you two finally arrive at the castle and regroup with the others.
Sorry to keep you waiting. We got the channel.
There you are. So this isn't a typically conventional request, but given the nature of your situation and the fact that I can do it relatively quickly, I see no reason not to.
We appreciate it.
He takes the 2 books proffered up by Alicier and, alright, this will take me a few minutes. I will ask for quiet in that time. He makes his way over to a workbench, which is just loaded with all kinds of weird gizmos and gadgets that you have no idea what any of them are. A lot of small blue crystals, a lot of, like, magnifying glasses and hourglasses and little lenses and rings of metal and weird things, many of which are embedded with these blue crystals, giving his desk quite the bespectacled look, I suppose you could say.
Bling bling.
Bling bling. He starts casting some spells, tapping some of the crystals. You see arcane circles sort of appearing in the air around him, geometric shapes showing up and then disappearing, winking in, winking out, flickering. A few sparkles of light. You hear the sound of a clock ticking, filling the air the more he works.
Thanatos kind of leans in to whisper in Mika's ear, "Why do mages always have to have weird places to live?"
Well, I mean, if you had the superpower to bend reality to fit your whims, wouldn't you need something a little different to accommodate that?
You know, I never thought of it like that.
Nee kind of joins in. I've seen the kind of bending realities his powers do. I don't like it.
Some people are just Escher fans.
Need elbowed knee.
I like it. It's fascinating.
Sure.
Nee was talking about Thanatos and Caius' shadow dimension.
I want to want to bet his actual house is like an Escherist house.
Yeah. I just elbowed knee.
Stairways everywhere.
Are you gonna give her the thing? Sort of look.
She gives him one back saying, "Hold your fucking horses."
And a couple minutes pass before there's this sort of it's almost like a firework going off mixed with Tinkerbell's fairy dust. It's just like a few sparkles fall over the desk before Lazar turns around holding out the two books, which now have a very faint magical glow about them and a noticeable rune sort of etched into each of the covers that are perfectly mirrored. And here we are. This should do the trick, I think. He's handing them to Alicier. You might want to test them just to be sure. If I did something wrong, it would be better to catch it now rather than later.
That's a good point.
Pass
Here
on
you
here,
go,
and
Nee.
Quill.
Here you go, Nee and Mika. See if it works. And no, Thanatos, you can't have a go.
Oh,
I don't trust you.
All right. Mika flips open hers and writes on the top page something.
What does Nee see?
Well, looking into the book, there's a few seconds before the page shimmers and the word "hello" appears.